This Thursday, His Holiness Pope Francis will be the first pope to address a joint meeting of Congress. Pope Francis is challenging barriers and challenging all of us to chart a new path for a future of mercy, compassion, and social justice. Pope Francis has said that trickle-down economics has created, in the Pope's words, an economy of exclusion and inequality and a globalization of indifference. Pope Francis also said, when he asked, how can it be that it's not a news item when an elderly homeless person dies of exposure, but it's news when the stock market loses 2 points? Income and wealth inequality are not just problems in the United States, they're problems around the world. But this is something we know all too well here in our country. Income inequality is growing faster in America than any other nation. Pope Francis's message is clear. We can and we must do better. The Pope supports a partnership between science and religion to combat human-driven climate change. And the Pope has called on all of us to save this world from the crisis of climate change that endangers us and disproportionately affects the poor around the world. One need only look at the human suffering in Syria to see a sign of possible challenges ahead related to climate change, as changing weather disproportionately impacts these fragile nations. Recently, Pope Francis asked more than 120,000 Catholic parishes and religious communities in Europe to each take in a refugee family from Syria and other war-torn countries. There's a lesson that we need to share here at home. When Pope Francis was asked what he's most curious about as he prepares for his very first visit to the U.S., he said, the people. I want to meet the people. I welcome Pope Francis on his first visit to the United States, and I look forward to hearing the message of the first Pope to address a joint meeting of Congress.